don't get these if you don't have your sleep dialed in. What's up, captains? Welcome back to the, my channel, and this is going to be the update video for World Domination, Nootropics from Nootopia. So for those of you guys who don't know me, I am a Marine Corps veteran, holistic lifestyle specialist, podcast host, and founder of the Captain's Lifestyle Program, which is where I coach entrepreneurs on how they can improve their performance, which is why I'm interested in nootropics. So I ordered the World Domination stack from Nootopia a few months ago, and I went through the entire first month protocol. They give you an app that you follow for 30 days, and this is going to be the update video on my experiences, my thoughts, everything. So to start it off, I'm just going to say that it was great. I got basically all of the benefits that I was looking for, specifically more focus and concentration, because I was coming off of what I called the road to 220, which is just where I bulked up to, I didn't make it all the way to 220, I got to like 214 pounds, and during that time I was just eating a lot of food, specifically a lot of carbohydrates, glucose, lots of sugar. So I was experiencing a lot of brain fog, because as I mentioned in the first video, if you watch the unboxing, I recommended that nobody should be taking nootropics if they don't have their sleep dialed in, if they don't have their nutrition dialed in. Supplements are always like the last resort. So I was experiencing this brain fog. I was having trouble focusing and concentrating on my work, and I knew it wasn't sleep, because I always prioritize high quality sleep no matter what. It was a little bit of the nutrition, because like I mentioned, I was just coming off of that. So when I started taking these, I did start to eat healthier, but there was still some of that residual brain fog left over. And I was just looking to maximize my performance. And this company, Nootopia, it's by BioOptimizers, which is my favorite supplement company. They always put out high quality supplements. I love their stuff. So I knew that I had to try their nootropics. So I got the World Domination pack, which is the the top tier. There's some lower tiers. So this is the most you can get from them. It's got everything in it. So let's dive into what that is. The only thing that I have left after the month of taking them, this update video is about 2 months after taking them, because I took a month vacation. So yeah, so all I have left is a Xamarin Juice. So they give you 2 of these. I finished one, there's 1 left over. So the Xamarin Juice, I guess we'll start with this. This was really good because it comes in a spray bottle, as you can see, and it's just like an instant mood booster, and it assists with verbal fluency. So it's like if you need that afternoon pick-me-up, if you're about to go into a meeting, or if you're about to go on a date, anything like that, to where you would like to boost your mood, boost your verbal fluency. You should say I should take it right now. It's just good for that quick boost. You just spray it on your tongue, swish it around in your mouth, and that's it. So this one was super convenient, and I loved it. Next up in the stack, we have Mental Reboot, which you take on your off days. So they recommend, and I recommend too, to only take these like Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, or whatever day you choose, take the Mental Reboot, because what this is for is it kind of clears some of that mental fog, and it helps your brain detox, because a lot of these supplements, they alter your neurotransmitters, which is good. That's the effect that you're looking for, but you don't want to do that constantly. So this is a good break to take, and then also take 1 day completely off of the nootropics. So this was really good on my off days. I still had a clear brain, so it's like you experience a clarity without any of that fog, and you don't really feel like you need the nootropics. So this one was good, the Mental Reboot. There's an AM and PM dosage, so you take the AM one in the morning, which was cool because you break open the capsule on your tongue and just let it sit there for a few minutes. And then I keep the capsules. I think I have some in here, and I refill them with like ashwagandha or something, so you can reuse the capsules, which is cool. And then the PM one you take at nighttime, which can help you sleep, because sleep is the most important nootropic and it's free. So I should have said this disclaimer, but actually I guess I kind of did, but if you don't have your sleep dialed in or your nutrition dialed in, if you don't exercise, if you don't live relatively low stress lifestyle, I don't recommend getting these nootropics, because that's just like putting a band-aid on a deep wound. The major game changers in the world of peak performance are, first and foremost, by far, nothing even comes close to maximizing the quality of your sleep. This period, that's it. So sleep is most important. If you're not getting minimum 7 hours of quality sleep per night, I would not recommend spending money on nootropics. That's just it. Then comes nutrition. Dial in your nutrition first to you, not just whatever fad diet you see. Exercise, get out in the sunshine, move your body, reduce your stress, then take nootropics. Supplements are kind of the last thing. All right, that disclaimer out of the way, let's continue with Power Solution. Power Solution was really good. I mentioned in the intro video, the unboxing video, that I was kind of worried about the aggression, because on this one it says aggression on demand, and there's another one in here that talked about aggression. Let me find it. Well, I can't find it right now, but I was worried about that. There was no problem. I didn't become overly aggressive like I was on testosterone or anything, so it was fine. So yeah, this one was good, the Power Solution. Brain Flow was good too. This provided kind of similar to the Mental Reboot, just kind of smooth energy as they advertise on here, which was good. And I will say that in the beginning, I'll get into the this blueprint here that they give to you to follow as well. It outlines the 30-day protocol. So for the first week, you're only taking like one of these by themselves before you start stacking everything together. And I will say that in that first week, when I was just taking the singular supplements, I didn't really notice any noticeable effects, just because I already take a lot of the supplements that are in these. So I'm already used to things like ashwagandha and choline and L-theanine and caffeine and what's another one? Curcumin and citrulline malate, all those type of things. I would already take those, so it just kind of felt normal. When I really started to see the big effects was when I would combine these stacks together, which I'll get into when I talk about the protocol that they recommend. Anyways, next up is Apex. This one was good as well. Assists with creativity, which is always good for high performance. This one was probably my favorite, the Focus Savagery, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I started taking these to help with focus, and this one is specifically for focus. So yeah, this one helped tremendously, especially when combined with some different stacks. So this one is good for productivity and focus. Then we have Upbeat, which is another good one, a confidence booster, increases positivity. So this one stacks well with the Xamarin Juice. And then this one actually was probably my second favorite. This one was really good, the Nectar X. It's a powder, so you mix it in with your drink. It tastes really good. And I'm the type of person who likes to have a drink all the time, like I have this water right here. And you just sip it throughout the day. And that was really good because it's not like you get an instant, hit of caffeine and jitters or whatever. You just kind of sip it. I use what is it, like a 32-ounce tumbler, I think. And yeah, this was really good. It tastes good. The effects were great. And yeah, so now let's get into the steps. So in the Brilliant Minds blueprints that they give you, I'll go over the stacks. So like I mentioned, the first week is just the singular supplements on their own. So I already covered those, so I'll skip that. And then the first stack that you take is the Breakthrough Brain Stack, the Genius Activator, which is the Nectar X and the Brain Flow. That was a good stack because, like I mentioned, the Nectar X was one of my favorite, and then combined with the Brain Flow, it's like smooth, clean energy with a very sharp mind. So that one was good. Day well, day 10, but day 2 of the stacks was the Neuro Primer, which is the Apex and Brain Flow. That one was good as well. Day 11 is the Social Command variation, variation 1. So there's different variations because you can combine a lot of these together, and they recommend once you follow their protocol, the next round of nootropics you get, you can kind of do some experiments based on what you felt through their recommendations. So the Social Command stack is, the variation 1 is an Upbeat and Power Solution. And let me find variation 2 of that. Social Command, well, there's variation 3. Where's variation 2? Here we go. Variation 2 is 1 Upbeat, 1 Power Solution, and Xamarin Juice. So that's just the addition of the spray. And then variation 3 of the Social Command stack is Upbeat and Power Solution. Okay, so they just repeated it. But I liked to take the Social Command stack before recording podcasts, because it gives you that verbal fluency, especially when combined with the Xamarin Juice, and it gives you confidence, positivity, a mood boost. So it's really good to take before any social situations, hence the name Social Command Stack. So that one I found really beneficial because I record a lot of podcasts, and that was a good one. So if you like struggle in social situations, or even if you don't, if you just want to, maximize your conversational skills in a social situation, I would say that stack for sure is really good to use. Other stacks were the Neuro Primer, which I already mentioned. The next stack, and probably my favorite, was the Deep Work stack. So this one was Upbeat and the Focus Savagery. Like I mentioned, this was probably my favorite supplement, because you take the Upbeat, so you feel good, you feel confident, and then you take the Focus Savagery, and then you're just laser focused on whatever it is that you do, that you're going to do. And they recommend starting work immediately after taking this because you're so focused. So if you take this and start, scrolling through your phone, you're gonna be laser focused on your phone. So start working on whatever it is you want to work on right after taking that, because the effects happen pretty quick. With all these, the effects happen pretty quick. I would say within a half hour. So I should mention that they also suggest to moderate your caffeine intake, which I would just recommend to anybody in general. And I mentioned in the first video, the unboxing, that I was worried about the caffeine that they put in these, because a lot of them do include caffeine, but then I since figured out that even though it says caffeine, it's a very small amount of caffeine. And I was fine taking these even with my upgraded coffee, which I have on a few mornings, because I am a slow caffeine metabolizer, meaning caffeine stays in my system longer, and I'm more prone to get the jitters and nervousness from the caffeine. And like I mentioned in the first video, that can be combated with some L-theanine, which I always put in my upgraded coffee. But I was worried because a lot of these supplements do contain caffeine, but it was totally fine. I didn't experience any jitters or nervousness or, elevated heart rate, so it was fine. The caffeine is low. If you do need more caffeine and you don't have coffee or any type of energy drinks, or hopefully not soda, throughout the day, and you do want a little caffeine boost, then you can mention when you order the nootropics to slide the caffeine bar or the energy bar up. Because like I mentioned, the reason why these are so good is because they're 100% customizable. Before you even order these, you have to fill out a questionnaire saying like what effects you're looking for, how's your sleep, what supplements are you already taking, so that it's customized to you. So that's good. So if you want more caffeine, that's available. I do not. So yeah, that was the Deep Work stack. That, along with the Social Command stack, were probably my favorite. Actually, no, there was one more that was really good. The Genius Activator Variation 3 was really good. That was the Nectar X, Upbeat, and Xamarin Juice. Like I mentioned, the Nectar X was another one of my favorites, just because it tastes good. You can sip it over an hour or two, and the effects are really good. It gives you energy, sustained energy, not just a quick hit, focus, clarity, really good. And then even on the mental reboot days, to where I would just take that, like I mentioned, you still feel good. You have a very clear head. There's no fog, and yeah, you just feel good, even on your days off too. I think that's all the stacks that I want to get into. Like I mentioned, my favorites were the Deep Work stack, the Social Command stack, and the Genius Activator. Those were really good. And then so the rest of this just talks about ways to maximize your brain's performance. So without getting too deep into this, it talks about, sleep, how sleep is so important, and about the right dosage of different nootropics and supplements. It talks about nutrition, alcohol, weed, stuff like that, what you should eat with your nootropics, which they recommend fats, to take fats with them because a lot of them are fat soluble. That's one reason why upgraded coffee, which is a variation of bulletproof coffee, can be so beneficial. They talk about making sure you're getting adequate vitamins and minerals, specifically magnesium. Then they talk about other nootropics, just good things to do in general, like music, how to use music to optimize workflow, movement as well, like I already mentioned, and scheduling, which is important. Then they go into just how to manage a high performance lifestyle. So basically what I do in the Captain's Lifestyle program, talking about stress and how to balance everything. Here's a picture, if you can see that. I don't know, hopefully. It's like a scale. So the name of it is the Stressed Out Lifestyle, and on one side of the scale you have work, workouts, life stress, stimulants, and then on the other side you have low quality sleep. So like all these things are weighing down, and low quality sleep is not enough to balance that out. So you need, like I mentioned, sleep is just so important. Do not get these if you don't have good quality sleep. Maximizing the quality of your sleep should come first and foremost. Then optimize your nutrition. Then optimize your movement and reduce your stress. Then and only then, once you've done those, start taking supplements. Don't take supplements as a band-aid for whatever's going on. So that's all I'll get into for this. It talks about some different stacks that you can use, and it gives the effects that you can expect from these different supplements. They're all listed here. Also on the app too, it tells you, and on the package. And then it goes into the different stacks. Like I mentioned, the Genius Activator was a good one. The Social Command stack, and it gives you the variations there. The Deep Work support, which was my favorite. And yeah, that's basically it. So overall, it was a fantastic experience. I got exactly what I was looking for: more focus, more productivity, more concentration. And like I mentioned, they're customizable. So that is exactly what I mentioned on the questionnaire that they give you before you order. If you're not looking for more focus, if you want more energy, if you want more of a mood boost, if you want reduced stress, you can clarify that on the questionnaire, and your experience will be different than my experience because the ingredients will be different, and you'll be able to use different stacks. And after the first month, this is when really cool stuff starts to happen. So every day on the app, you put in how you're feeling, like an hour after taking it, 3 hours after taking it. So then they get to see that data. And then if you get the subscription service, which is what I would recommend to continue taking these, because it gets better with repeated use, neurogenesis, so they see all that data, they can customize it for you, and you can also say, hey, I really liked this one. So like, for example, me, I'm going to get a lot more of the Focus Savagery, I'm going to get a lot more of the Nectar X. These are two of my favorites, so I'm gonna get more of these. Ones that I probably won't need so much of are like Mental Reboot. Not that I didn't like it, but just because I'm fine with taking days off anyways. I still have some of these left over just because I usually just don't take them on the weekends anyways. So I probably won't get a lot of those. I don't need much of a mood booster, so we'll probably get less Upbeat because I just feel confident and happy all the time anyways. So yeah, you can customize what you get next, and say like, okay, maybe there wasn't enough stimulants, maybe you needed a little bit more energy. So again, it's so cool that you can customize these. It's the first nootropics that you're able to do that, because I've tried Alpha Brain before. I've tried what's the other one? She's not paying attention to me. The one from Neurohacker Collective. What is
Alpha
it?
Brain?
No.
What?
The other nootropic.
I don't know.
The other one that comes in the black bottle.
Cognitive biotics?
No, never mind. Anyways, the one from Neurohacker Collective, it's another very popular one. I've taken that too. I didn't really notice any effects from either of those, the Alpha Brain or this one that is slipping my mind. But with these, you can customize it, so you better believe you're gonna see the results. So overall, it was a great experience. Again, I didn't notice much effect from the first week, just taking the individual supplements on their own, because I kind of take all those supplements anyways. And then the stacks were very beneficial. Brooke is trying to signal to me.
Qualia.
Yeah, Qualia Minds. I've taken that one before. Didn't really notice anything from that. But like I mentioned, these were fantastic, and I'm excited for the second dose. I was on vacation, so I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll put in for it soon. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna get more, not of the Xamarin Juice, because I still have one left over. This will last you at least a month if you use it well. I'm gonna get more Nectar X, more Focus Savagery, more Power Solution, probably the same Brain Flow, less Upbeat, and less Mental Reboot, and probably the same of the Apex. So yeah, that is it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I answer all the comments. I answer all my DMs. So yeah, reach out to me, and don't get these if you don't have your sleep dialed in. But other than that, they were great. So don't forget, live the captain's lifestyle. Peace.